Yes. People, what's going on? See, guys, talks about we're video. Ladies and gentlemen, we just beat Leeds in a demolition job 5-0. 5-0. We absolutely destroyed them. We destroyed them. We destroyed them 5-0. And Timber, man of the match, in my opinion. He scored 2 goals, got an assist. But let me break down the game before we get into all the little details and all the intricacies of the game. Now, before we go any further, please do hit that like button. Please do hit that subscribe button. The first 30 minutes of the game was very key. I thought we had a good opportunity here and there. But you know what ended up happening? There was a moment where Gyokeres actually got the ball in the final third, scuffed his line. We weren't getting a breakaway. But you know what happens? The first corner that we get, we score. And that's just who we are. You give us a corner, we're going to capitalize. We got 2 corners this entire game. We scored 2 goals from them. Set piece FC again. Set piece again. Ole ole. It was exactly that. It was a beautiful start from with the set piece goal, and then the second goal, Bukayo Saka's goal, was a beautiful finish in the near post, high into the roof of the net, with a wonderfully weighted pass from Timber, who Timber at that point has a goal and an assist. It's halftime. We're 2-0 up, comfy, but you know something? It was quite kind of boring. Second half, we kind of increased the excitement. What do? We go and get Timber goes and gets a goal. Wait, sorry. Before Timber, Gyokeres finally breaks his goal drought and gets his first Arsenal goal. He makes a run to the corner, picks up the ball, takes it, cuts in, and shoots it near post. Bang! He's off. He does a celebration. He does everything he needs to do, and then from there, he gets another set piece goal. At this point, it's just every set piece is going in, right? And then finally, Max Dowman makes his debut for Arsenal in the Premier League. Also, not only does Max Dowman make his debut for Arsenal in the Premier League, which is, by the way, the second youngest player ever to make a debut in the Premier League, with 15 years old and 235 days. That's second youngest ever in Premier League history. Also, we also have a couple other guys making their debut. Mosquera makes his debut for Arsenal, coming on late in the game, of course. We already know about Max Dowman. Who else came in late in the game, if I'm not mistaken? Miles Lewis-Kelly came on for Calafiori. At one point, we had Dowman, Miles Lewis-Kelly, and Ethan on the pitch at the same time. And I'm going to go back and talk about the injuries in a bit. I kind of skipped over that because I want to talk about that a little bit later. But this was a good win, and I was very happy of the boys. There's not too many negatives to take away from the actual performance, but there is the negatives with the injuries, and we're going to talk about that in a second. But of course, Max Dowman wins the penalty, and we end up getting the much-needed 5-0 win, and we are now back top of the Premier League table. Now, before we go any further, please do hit that like button. Please do hit that subscribe button. I'm going to take a second to kind of speak a little bit about everything relating to the game. It's a long season. We got ahead of us, but at this moment in time, this is a good start. First home game, a 5-0 win, a brace from Viktor Gyokeres. That's 2 goals in 2 games from Viktor Gyokeres. I'm not complaining. I hope nobody's complaining after this. But yeah, let's get into the. You know what? Let's do some of the good stuff first before we do the bad. Let's do the good before the bad. In case you guys haven't heard, Eberechi Eze has, of course, been announced by the club, and it was a beautiful, beautiful scene when he got announced. He got announced walking into the stadium, and the reception that he received from the home fans, the reception that he received from the Arsenal fans were absolutely amazing. Shout out to Eberechi Eze. Amazing moment for him. Amazing moment for him and his family and everybody there to see him get announced in front of the whole crowd. Amazing moment that was to begin the game. Now, going from that, we need to now speak about some of the other things, and some of them are good. One, in fact, is not so good. But before we get to the bad, the good, the bad, and the ugly, I'm just going to speak about a certain David Raya. David Raya kept us in this game. David Raya's save early in the game kept us in this game. David Raya's save kept us in this game, and David Raya made a really, really strong save. And I feel like these kind of saves, this kind of save would not have been made by Ramsdale in the past. So that is a big save from David Raya. And we don't know the extent of Martin Odegaard's injury. I hope he's okay. He started off the game as the captain and unfortunately came out of the game injured. He wasn't the only person who got injured during this game, but Martin Odegaard's injury, I hope it's just like some small shoulder issue that can get sorted. If there's any update on Martin Odegaard's injury, we will have that right now for you. Let me just check any update on Martin Odegaard's injury. Arsenal, of course, suffered 2 injuries in this game. We actually don't have any information yet. But yeah, Martin Odegaard's injury seems to be like a shoulder issue, where Bukayo Saka's issue seems to be more of like a hamstring issue. And the two of them going out just before we play Liverpool is honestly a big blow. It's a big blow. But before we speak about the injuries again, let's just quickly go through some more of the stuff. So Timber, of course, scored his goal. We scored from 2 set pieces. Bukayo Saka scored his goal. It was unfortunate that Bukayo Saka got injured also because he was doing his thing. He was doing his thing. He looked like he was back to his best. And unfortunately picks up a freak injury. And that just kind of makes what was a really nice day pretty bad. It was a really nice day. And then immediately after finding out these 2 injuries, what can we do? What can we do at this point? Like, we just don't know the extent of the injuries. We don't know how long they're going to be out for. We don't know if it's a serious injury where they're both out for extended periods of time. We're going to get more information as the time goes on. So I don't want to just assume that everything is going to be perfectly fine. So for now, I'm just going to wait and see what happens before I start jumping to conclusions with the injury situation at Arsenal. Now, going back to the game itself, the man of the match today for me is none other than Timber. I thought Timber was the man of the match. I thought Timber was the man who ran the show. Got 2 goals from set pieces, got an assist. He was making line splitting passes. He was doing his defensive work on top of that. It's the first time in his career where he had 2 goals, and not only did he get 2 goals, he got an assist also. 3 GA in a single game. Not too many right backs can do that, ladies and gentlemen. He put in a masterclass performance in the red and white shirt today at home in the Emirates. The next thing I wanted to talk about was, of course, Max Dowman. Max Dowman made his debut, and man had people double teaming him in his Premier League debut. Max Dowman in his Premier League debut, in his first professional game for Arsenal where he's playing, and it's not preseason, the man has people double teaming him on the wing. They're double teaming him. He won a penalty. The penalty to get us the 5th goal came from Max Dowman. He literally got brought down in the box. This guy is unbelievable. I am not gonna lie to you guys. I can't believe how good Max Dowman is. He is such a good footballer. He is so technically gifted. He's able to glide past anybody. He's consistently just going and going and going and going and going. What a guy. What a guy. To win that penalty, I know you guys are probably thinking it's nothing, but that is huge. And to bring him off the bench at the age of 15 and for him to make a difference, the kid is unbelievable. He's special. He might be the chosen one. He might be the guy that comes into this team that plays for like the next decade or something. Like, he's 15, guys. He could be playing for 10 years for Arsenal and still be only 25. Like, he could be playing for Arsenal for the next 15 years. That's how crazy this situation is with Max Dowman. You don't see players this young playing at Arsenal or any club, let alone Arsenal, at any level. You don't see that. That is insane. Next, let's go to the next thing. Viktor Gyokeres, of course, scored the 2nd goal, which was a penalty off the back of Max Dowman's goal, and this was very interesting. So Gyokeres' celebration against Leeds having to do with people saying he touches his hair too much, touches his hair more than he touches the ball at Old Trafford. Yeah, it might be. Yeah. So there you go. His celebration, literally taking shots at people who were taking shots at him after his performance at Old Trafford. Guys like Lee Gunnar talking about hair flicks. He scored the second goal and he did his hair flick. He doesn't give a shit. That's what it's all about, ladies and gentlemen. You give it, you take it, and he gave it back to all those people who were talking shit about him earlier in the week off the back of the Man United game. I'm just really happy we got the result. We did what we had to do. Everybody, the number one thing was everyone come out of that game healthy also. But it's unfortunate with the excitement of signing Eberechi Eze, having a win, 5-0, everything that was done in this game. Arsenal find a way to now have an injury crisis headed into the game versus Liverpool. And it's just so disappointing. We have a guy come off in the 40th minute and another guy come off in the 53rd. Like, we can't catch a break, but regardless, this is a team sport. There's multiple players that we can sub in and out. And I thought some of these guys played well, like Madueke, and hopefully he can make a difference in the next game, because we're gonna need these guys. Madueke is probably gonna start versus Liverpool if Saka's not available. So let's get into it. But yeah, this is gonna be a short video, so I'm gonna do my player ratings and I'm gonna let you guys know what I think about each player. First of all, David Raya made a really good save, so I'm going to give David Raya a solid 7. I thought David Raya was immense today with that beautiful save that he made in the first half. That was beautiful. Timber, this is the best performance I've ever seen from Timber. He gets a 9 out of 10. You got 2 goals, assists, defensive. Ridiculous, out of this world performances. I think he deserves a 9 though. Saliba, 7 out of 10. Really didn't get troubled. Magalhaes, same thing. Really didn't get troubled too much. Calafiori got 2 assists, apparently. Apparently he got 2 assists. Shout out to Calafiori. I'll give him a 7. Nah, you know what? Since he got a couple assists, he got involved in the corners. I'll give him 7.5. Martin Zubimendi, 7, solid performance, nothing really too crazy. I thought Declan Rice was immense, though. He was picking up the ball, driving, attacking. Declan Rice was everywhere today. I'm going to give him an 8 out of 10. I thought he deserves an 8 out of 10. Martin Odegaard, before he got injured, didn't get to play too much. I'm going to give him a 6. Didn't get to play enough, in my opinion. Then Bukayo Saka got his goal. He played about 50 minutes. He deserves a solid 7. No, I'm gonna give him an 8. He deserves an 8. He played well. Gyokeres getting a brace, scoring 2 goals, doing everything he needs to do in his home debut for Arsenal. That's 2 for 2 now. I'm gonna give him an 8 out of 10. I thought he was the second. Nah, he wasn't the second best player. Declan Rice was the second best player, but he was the third best player in my opinion. Candidate for man of the match candidate. Ethan actually came on for Odegaard, and he played very well in the time that he came on. I felt like just a little bit better with his passing. He could have maybe got something more from this game for us, but regardless, we get the win. Ethan has a good performance, 7 out of 10 for him. Trossard also came on for Bukayo Saka. Really wasn't that effective. I'm going to give him a 6 out of 10. I didn't think he was too effective in my opinion. Christian Mosquera, didn't see enough of him. I'm going to give him 6. But Miles Lewis-Kelly, also 6. Didn't put a foot wrong though. The person who came off the bench and made the biggest difference was Max Dowman, and I'm going to give him an 8 out of 10 also. I thought Max Dowman deserves everything this game. He was outstanding, and just every time he got the ball, he looked so dangerous. Everyone gravitates towards him. You even have 2 professional senior men defending him like he's been playing for years. They're defending him like he's Saka, the way that they doubled up on him. I was impressed. I was impressed with his performance, and him coming on the right wing. He is going to be an option for us all season, in my opinion. Number 56, Max Dowman. Shout out to him, 8 out of 10. And Mikel Arteta, 10 out of 10 performance from him. The team does their job. They get 2 set piece goals. They get a penalty. They get 2 open play goals. We mixed it up. We mixed it up today, and hopefully we get more of this. Hopefully we see more better performances. Next, we got Liverpool away. Liverpool away is going to be a tough match. We got a bunch of tough games coming up, but the most important thing is Arsenal's currently top of the Premier League table. Arsenal's top of the Premier League table. We're going to have to see what happens with the injuries. I don't have any updates yet. If I get any updates, I'll let you know. But Arsenal are top of the Premier League table. Arsenal doing really well right now. Two wins out of 2. We face Liverpool next. Our fixtures coming up are going to be tough. We got Liverpool, Nottingham Forest, Man City, Newcastle. It doesn't get easier. This is just, it does not get easier. So hopefully Odegaard can get well soon. Hopefully Saka is ready to go for Liverpool away. If not, as he's going to have his debut versus Liverpool, and he's probably going to start if that's the case. So we're going to have to wait and see what happens. And I'm not even going to get into stats and everything else. You can talk about that another time. Amongst the Premier League teams, it's only been 2 games, so the stats are going to be extremely skewed. But yeah, we currently are looking good. Hopefully, we can keep it up and get into the next week without major issues. Is there any updates on Bukayo Saka? Here we go. Let me see what Arteta had to say about Bukayo Saka. Arteta on Bukayo Saka. I think the injury is another one, not the same as last time, but he felt something in his hamstring. Let's see. Yeah, him being asked, Arteta, Martin felt something in his shoulder when he landed. We have to scan it tomorrow. Bukayo Saka was running with the ball and felt something in his hamstring. It is another one. Not the same as last time, but he felt something when sprinting. It's not a good sign. Gosh, that hurts. It's not a good sign, ladies and gentlemen. But we gotta. This is why you have a squad. This is why you have a squad. You know what? I got a solution. When Kai Havertz got injured, we went and got Eze. Bukayo Saka and Odegaard are now injured. Go get me Rodrigo. I know I'm kind of laughing, but in the same breath, I'm kind of serious. Like, if we can afford to go get Rodrigo now that Saka's got injured, that would make a huge difference. But I don't know if we will. We'll have to wait and see. For now, it's all negative with the injuries. We don't know what's going to happen. It looks like a hamstring injury, and it looks like Martin's got a shoulder injury. So we'll wait and see what happens with those injuries. But yeah, disappointing. Okay, we'll wrap it up here, guys. You guys have yourselves a wonderful day. Catch you guys in the next video. You already know what it is. Eagle Talks Football. And don't know, people, where are we going to send you? Where are we going to send you? Who should we send you to? Who's live that we can send you over to right now? Let's find out who's live we can send you to. We're going to send you to Halftime Hooks in Fan Zone. Don't know, people. Catch you in the next video. Love for the love. Peace.